Welcome to my show, Cooking with Curlee. Today we're going to cook pumpkin cake. And do you know why? Because this Thursday is gobble gobble, gobble gobble, Thanksgiving. I was going to do cock-a-doodle-doo. That was wrong, right? All right, so we're going to make pumpkin cake. It's delicious, easy to do. Yeah, big hit if you do it. I made some for a tryout, and the kids loved it for sure. All right, so we're going to start out with some melted butter, and it's 3/4 of a cup of melted butter, and then a cup and a half of sugar. So we're going to put that in a mixing bowl right now. Okay. Yeah. And we talked about the spatula, and use that here. Look at all that extra butter we get in there when we just use the spatula. Okay? All right. So then we're going to add in the cup and a half of sugar. Woohoo! It looks like something's in there. I'll put that over there. Okay? All right. So then we're going to use the beater. Just beat it. Just beat it. All right. So we're going to put the beater in there. I know that was super lame. But sometimes I'm just trying to think of something anyways, right? It's just about having fun. You know, I'm super tired. I keep doing these at night, and I like doing them because they're fun, connecting with you guys, right? But it's late at night. I'm usually in bed most of the time. All right, then we're going to add, I'm going to clean that up a little bit. And we're going to add some eggs and some 1 can of a puree of pumpkin, okay? And then we're going to add some eggs, 4 eggs. Now this is an organic pumpkin. You know, sometimes you'll see I like getting all that stuff, but then again, I'm eating with a lot of sugar and stuff lately. I do have some healthy dishes we'll share later, okay? But this is for Thanksgiving. You know, it's a great story about Thanksgiving. You think about it a little bit, right? They talk about like the pilgrims coming over and kind of buddying up with the Indians. At least that's what we like to think in a fun way, right? Sometimes people say it a different way, but you know, and then they made some trades, right? We learned about corn and chicken and stuff like that. And then they have this meal together, which makes it pretty special too, right? All right. Sometimes they're different and maybe they were even enemies. But somehow in all that, they had a gathering. And to this day, we still have Thanksgiving. Pretty cool. Totally. All right. So then, I'm going to have Thanksgiving with my family, and I'm really excited to do that. I hope that you're going to have Thanksgiving with your friends, your family, your significant other. Yeah. But you know what? If you enjoy it with yourself, and go outside and enjoy a little bit of the world out there because it's a beautiful place, right? Look at the birds. Hey, Mr. Bird. Hey, squirrel. What's up? Happy Thanksgiving. Totally. All right, so now I'm going to mix the eggs in there. And then we're going to get to the dry stuff. And we want to mix the dry stuff together before we really mix it in to this stuff. But somehow in the end, they're all going to get together. Okay? Woo-hoo! Like a motorboat. Oh, that's looking good, right? Don't you? Oh, look. This is like something, huh? I was feeling pretty confident there. I'm going to try to hook those up a little bit better. All right. Okay. So then we're going to put some flour. I'm going to put this aside just a little bit. And we're going to add some flour. That's 3 cups of flour. And some baking soda. That's 2 teaspoons of baking soda. That helps it rise. And a little bit of baking. That was baking powder. And this is baking soda. So 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And we have a little bit of cinnamon. Okay. That's a teaspoon of cinnamon. And the cinnamon comes from like a different, a specific tree, and it's in the bark, right? And then we've got grounded clove, which is kind of that pumpkin-y feeling, and that's one of the mixes in there, and grounded ginger. Now, ginger is a root, right? You can enjoy that with sushi. You can enjoy ginger with a lot of things. That's really good for you too. Smoothies are great, right? Juicing one, right? All right, so we've got that, and then we're gonna mix that up together. And you know, you could just throw it all in there, you're thinking, in that other bowl, but if you don't do it ahead of time, sometimes it finds areas of the mix and it never thoroughly mixes its way around, right? So we're gonna kind of do that. Now see the kind of spoon I used right here? It's got a little bit of holes in there, so it's kind of sifting it to a certain degree, right? Yeah. And you can kind of look in there, like I saw a lot of cinnamon there. In my cinnamon girl. Remember that one? All right. So then we're going to just kind of start mixing that stuff up. Not even fast. We should be fine here, though. I didn't do a great job on mixing that. I feel pretty confident I did a good job. And then, to be honest with you, it's going to mix it. It is going to mix with the mixer. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. I said, turn down the music. All right, so mixing this together. Looks pretty good, huh? All right. Sugar, eggs, flour, melted butter. All right. Then we're gonna mix this stuff here, and this is called nut meats. Nut meats. I thought, oh, that's kind of gross. It kind of sounds weird. Nut meats. What the heck is that? But you can kind of make it yourself. Well, you can. This is a combination of hazelnuts, walnuts, almonds, pecans. Let me take a look. Almonds, pecans, hazelnuts, cashews, and walnuts. That's what I did. I got them at an organic, health food place. It said that they didn't, even though these are nuts, they didn't make them in the area that peanuts are. Those are a big thing these days, right? Kind of, right? So I put that in there. We'll get into some healthy food. But, I don't know. The best way to be healthy is just in spirit, right? Looking at things good, feeling good about things, people, yourself. Yeah, that's hard too, right? But it's healthy. All right, so we got that. Oh, I did it again, but I'm done here, so that's a good thing. Okay, I'm actually going to use these in a little bit, so I'm going to wash them. I'm going to run over there and wash them in a minute. Oh, look at this, like a little machine gun out there, huh? Okay, so then, guess what we're going to do? Remember what I talked about a pan? You can spray the pan if you want. Some people just like to do that. I like to put butter and then flour. Ta-da! Remember when I talked about this a little bit? So you've got I put butter, I greased it, took my time, got my fingers kind of, all over it. Remember we talked about like Play-Doh? And then I put some flour. And you got to really hit it so you can try to get all that flour out of there. But then I've got the floured pan. This is a 9 by 13. You can use different sizes, but sometimes you want to be careful because if the level's a little lower, you might want to cook it a little less or be aware that you might have to cook it a little less. I've got my oven on 340. I like 325, but I always feel like that's a little slow, a little soft, and 350 I think is a little aggressive. So I want it to meet in the middle a little bit at 340 for about 35 minutes. I think 35 minutes is perfect, actually, okay? So we're going to take this mix, and hopefully you can see it a little bit. There we go. Oh, looks good, huh? Yeah, those nut meats are really fun. And then we got some of those pumpkin. That almost looks like pumpkin, doesn't it? I guess it should, right? Got that pumpkin puree in there, right? All right, so we're going to put this in here, mix it all around, and then we got to make a cream cheese filling real quick. Hopefully, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to set the timer. I wanted to do that, remember? Because I want to try it. My last show was a little too long. Sorry about that. Hopefully you kind of still liked it, though. Remember, it's organic, and we're just trying to figure things out. It might get real more fundamental later. We still want to try to remember that, though, right? That's our motto. Organic, grassroots. We're cool. Bottom line is, I just want to connect with everybody a little bit. Seems really silly out there right now. I think a lot of these leaders need to be a little more accountable, to be nice to themselves, but more importantly, to the others, their enemy, right? More respectful. We're all just kind of different, right? Everybody looks at it that way. And everybody's saying that. You gotta maybe respect that a little bit. The only way to do that is by loving each other. Yeah. Hey, if you want to subscribe, I hope that you will. It's in that corner. But subscribe and maybe tell your friends. Say, hey, this show's kind of cool. Check this guy out, Lee or Curlee, right? Curlee. Yeah, come and be nice. I've got the menu in here. The menu in here for how to make this. I'm gonna put it now in the oven for 340. Remember we talked about that. I'm throwing it in there right now. Okay. I'm gonna clean these real quick. I'm gonna kind of be over here, so check it out. Hey, I'm over here. I've never really ever been good at that, but there used to be a comedian, I think his name was Jim Carrey, used to do that. Did it a lot better than I did it too, by the way. All right, so, but like you're going down, and you're just bending your knees. Okay? I don't know if this is gonna work when I do this, but we'll try it. Oh, there. All right, sorry, I'm trying a little bit. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to bring out our cream cheese filling. And the cream cheese filling is, there's vanilla here, okay, cream cheese at room temperature, milk, and butter. And the thing that makes everything real good, sugar. This one, hey, look at this one. These plateware and stuff like this one's got a little bit of, oh, say, can you see? That was horrible. It really was. I know. I'm sorry to even have done that. The kids are going to be embarrassed. Their friends are going to be like, your dad was bad. All right, so now I've got that butter right there. Cream cheese. I should probably have cut that cream cheese up a little bit. It's a little easier for mixing. But I did this before, and it worked out really great. Then there's the vanilla. And then the powdered sugar. I actually just put it all in there. I did keep the milk, so that would kind of help kick it in when I was almost mixed in everything. Hey, I did want to bring up this RoboCoupe thing right here. It's small, right? See it right here? But that's where you can put those nuts in there and then put it on kind of a chop or fine grate it. And that's where that's how you make that nut meat. Okay? So it's almost like a flour, right? Like, how you have almond flour? That's kind of what that is, but a little more chunky. Okay? All right, so we're going to put the music on, music. I guess it's music, right? It's to our ears. It's not one of my favorite songs. Then again, yeah, it kind of is. Nothing like the beating of a blender when it's making pumpkin cake. All right, so now we're see how it's kind of mixing up. Hey, be careful with your blender. Anybody that's a first timer, be careful of ever actually just pulling it up on it when it's going like this, because it will it'll shoot all over the table, everywhere. See how it's kind of mixing now good? I'll put it up a little more. We're getting good though. We're doing real good. Gotta get in there a little bit. Oops, ooh. 3D. That was cool. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of milk in here. See where that takes us. That's right. Look at that. Woo-hoo. All right, let's slow it down again now. This thing's like kind of an inexpensive one, so to speak. And it shows, It's doing the trick there. Alright. So then, You mix that all up. See how I'm mixing it? Now I'm going to kind of walk my thing up a little bit just to get that up, and I want to be careful because it is flowing all over the place, right? And then I'm going to stop. Kind of hit it a little bit there. Okay. And I'm going to put that on the side. I'll put this on the side. Okay. All right, we're doing pretty good. That's my first time on this show with a blender. I started to measure things a little bit better. I thought that would be important, right? But here is your cream cheese, okay? Frosting. So we've got that as a mix. And when it comes out of the oven, you bring it out, let it cool for a little bit, and then you top it with the cream cheese. And I gotta tell you, that frosting, to be fair, is the reason it's so delicious. But you know what? The principles of it is that nut meat and the cinnamon and the clove and the ginger makes it really yummy too, okay? But when I got done with it, ta-da! This is a slice I cut off my practice one. But to be honest, the kids ate everything else. So it must have been pretty good. But great dish for Thanksgiving. And just tell everybody, say, yeah, I made, some pumpkin cake from Cooking with Curlee. Don't forget to subscribe. But I hope to see you next Sunday. But most importantly, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving, okay? In fact, amen, 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 amen. Happy Thanksgiving, amen, to everyone now, amen, 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 amen.